New FDA approval, COVID shots for kids 5 to 11, where you can get one right here in Muncie.
A heated debate today for student government.
Experts say a new pandemic may be on the way.
And a new request from Kyle Rittenhouse's legal team.
Weather roller coaster continues over the next couple of days. What you can expect to see next, coming up with my full forecast.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Rebecca Rosado.
And I'm Emily Harless. Approval for the pediatric COVID-19 vaccine has made it possible for children ages 5 to 11 to get vaccinated in Muncie.
NewsLink Indiana's Grace Benkowski takes a closer look.
Once COVID-19 vaccines were allocated at health centers in and around the Muncie area, there was
a lot of anticipation.
Open Door Health Services began providing pediatric Pfizer vaccines to children ages 5 to 11 on November 8th. Since then, they've seen an increase of young patients rolling up their sleeves.
Parents are excited to finally be able to come in and get their kids vaccinated.
This is just part of Open Door Health Services' promise to provide residents of Muncie and surrounding towns health coverage amid the pandemic.
I would say we're definitely on a mission to help people get access to health care and to help stop the spread of COVID.
IU Health Ball Memorial Hospital has also seen young patients at their community pharmacy sites during walk-in hours getting their dose.
Over our first real weekend, Saturday that we had it, I think we had 50 pediatric patients in that 5 to 11 age group that came to get it on a single day.
Since the pediatric vaccine was recently rolled out, Reed understands each parent's decision regarding COVID-19 immunization for their children.
We knew initially there were some families that knew right away they would want to come and get their kids to have that vaccine. There's some others that will probably want to get it, but just don't want to be, the first in the line to get it. And then there's probably another group that probably has no interest at all.
Reed advises parents or guardians who are interested in learning more to visit ourshotin.gov to find out more information.
Families, patients can go there and enter their zip code and find vaccine sites that are closest to where they are or would like to get the vaccine.
In Muncie, Grace Benkowski, NewsLink, Indiana.
Mentioned before, you can visit the Indiana Health Department's website for more information. Discussion among SGA today, a new amendment focused on voting, even though their election season is still a few months away. After last year's record low of student votes, some SGA members want a required number of votes for a ticket from the student population, saying that if the winning ticket doesn't get the votes from the student body, it would be up to the Senate to choose the new ticket. The amendment was brought to the attention of the Senate and student body.
If we want to start changing things, we need tangible plans going forward about how to change things. I don't want to hear anymore, we need to do something because we're not doing anything. This is us trying to do something. You don't have to like it, but it's there.
The target number of student votes, 2,000, but other members of the Senate and student body say that, quote, 1,999 student votes is still more than 38 Senate votes.
I understand that our goal is to meet a better voter turnout, but I think that it should be a positive experience for the student body.
The amendment vote failed 11 to 28, but still, in an effort to increase student voting, they'll be reaching out to students to talk more about student government, starting with holding a table November 13th.
A unique club on campus is offering a different experience for students. NewsLink Indiana's Tara Konieczny has an inside look.
Ball State offers a wide variety of sports and clubs, but possibly the most unique one deals with an 800 to 1,000 pound animal.
At Ball State, this is actually a really big part of where I decided I wanted to go to school, was whether they had an equestrian team.
That is Ball State's official hunter-jumper equestrian team, where the team learns how to ride and jump in show horses and compete against other colleges in the IHSA equestrian competition.
So they say this rider's on this horse, and then when it's time for your class, you go get on that horse and you just go in the ring and show.
The team offers a chance for all level of riders to get involved, even if you have no experience.
The only cost really is for apparel, and then we have team dues that we pay at the beginning of the semester, and then you pay for lessons.
The Hunter Jumpers team has given riders a unique and different experience at Ball State and offers the chance to keep doing what they love.
Horse riding, it's an individual sport. So it's really nice to have that team bonding, team connection.
It's really cool to be able to be with an animal that's 10 times your size.
It's a sport, so it's another way for me to get exercise and just be with my favorite animal.
The team practices all year round from August to March and even competes against other Indiana schools like Purdue and IU. In Pendleton, Tara Konechny, NewsLink, Indiana.
To get more information on how you can get involved, you can visit their Instagram at BSU Hunter Jumpers. And today would have been a perfect day for them to go outside and practice. It was nice and warm out.
Yes, but I'm afraid it's not going to be like that for long, so let's take a look with weather with Adam.
Well, you'd be correct there. We can see a cold front is starting to push through the area. Currently, it's 56 degrees here in Muncie, 50 up into Fort Wayne, 50 down to Indianapolis, and we can see this contrast between all the green and blue. That's that cold front about to move through, bringing us some cooler temperatures. And with that front, we had another front move through this morning, bringing us some other winds. We're seeing some wind gusts begin to move out of the area. We had some gustier winds earlier today, but expect to see those gusty winds of 30+ miles an hour begin to die out over the next couple of hours. Plus, that cold front, we're starting to see this rain begin to push into the area, so expect to see rain begin to build up over the next couple of hours. Back to you.
Adam, thank you. 3 members of the Sikh community affected by the mass shooting at an Indianapolis FedEx facility in April are asking for compensation from the city. This over claims that local officials failed to pursue a court hearing that could have prevented the shooter from accessing guns used in the attack. An October 12th letter obtained by the Indianapolis Star indicates that 3 people who were injured or lost family members during the shooting are each requesting $700,000 in damages. Lawyers for the victims say Indianapolis police and the Marion County Prosecutor's Office failed to follow Indiana's red flag law by deciding not to file a case with the courts to suspend the shooter's gun rights in March 2020.
Public health care experts are warning nations across the globe to prepare for a future flu pandemic.
The National Academy of Medicine released a series of reports today. Researchers suggest the world is currently not ready to deal with an influenza pandemic like the one in 1918. The flu killed 50 million to 100 million people through 1919 during that pandemic. Researchers say right now we are woefully underprotected against that scale of threat. They recommend countries start developing next-generation vaccines and build up capacity levels in poor and middle-income nations. One report suggests having 4 to 8 billion doses of flu vaccines ready to go during any given flu season.
We're keeping an eye on 2 big announcements that could happen before the end of the week. First up, boosters. Pfizer applied for emergency use authorization for all adults. The FDA says the vaccine advisors will not meet to discuss the matter, which means the FDA's decision on authorization could happen any time. The second issue at hand has to be done with Pfizer's experimental antiviral pill called Paxlovid. The company has applied to the FDA for an EUA, and a source says with the White House that it is finalizing a contract to purchase 10 million doses of the drug, with an official announcement expected as soon as this week.
Disney Cruise Line is requiring all guests ages 5 and up to be fully vaccinated against COVID-19. It applies to sailings beginning on or after January 13th of 2022. Guests who are not eligible due to age must show proof of a negative COVID-19 test. Earlier this month, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention endorsed a recommendation to vaccinate children ages 5 to 11. The Rittenhouse defense makes a request to the court. We'll tell you what it is.
Plus, President Biden asking for investigations. Find out what he's looking into after the break.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, Mitts will take you there.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. Kyle Rittenhouse's defense attorneys have filed another motion for mistrial.
The 18-year-old is facing 5 felony charges for killing 2 people and injuring 1 during unrest in Kenosha, Wisconsin last year. Today, defense attorneys asking for a mistrial, accusing the prosecution of overreaching and prejudice. If the motion for the mistrial with prejudice passes, there will be no chance for a retrial. Prosecutors have not yet filed a response. Meanwhile, the jury is currently deciding Rittenhouse's fate. If he's convicted of the most serious charges, he faces mandatory life in prison.
A federal judge has sentenced the man known as the QAnon shaman to 41 months in prison. Pictures of Jacob Chansley went viral after the January 6th Capitol riot. He led others through the Capitol, shouting into a bullhorn. Federal prosecutors asked for a long sentence to be an example. Chansley previously agreed to pay $2,000 in restitution and asked the court to sentence him to time served so he could be released from jail immediately. Prosecutors argued Chansley showed little remorse after the attack. In September, he pleaded guilty to a felony charge of obstructing congressional certification of the 2020 vote.
President Biden is calling for an investigation into oil and gas companies as he searches for a way to lower prices. Biden has ordered the Federal Trade Commission to look into whether illegal conduct is pushing up prices at the pump. He says prices remain high even though oil companies' costs are declining. Oil companies say prices are surging because of the demand during COVID-19 lockdowns. Earlier this year, he failed to convince oil-producing nations in OPEC to increase supply. The U.S. oil industry is slamming Biden's call for an investigation.
New federal data suggests America's drug epidemic has reached a record high. The CDC published new data on drug overdoses today. According to the report, overdose deaths topped 100,000 annually for the first time. Researchers say the new record is being driven by opioid abuse. Synthetic opioids, primarily fentanyl, caused nearly 2/3 of all drug overdose deaths in the 12-month period that ended April of this year. The report found overdose deaths jumped 28.5% when compared to the same time last year. Experts say the pandemic is a key contributor to the rising overdose death toll.
Nike is postponing the release of its sneaker collaboration with rapper Travis Scott following the Astroworld concert tragedy. Nike made the announcement on its website, saying the move was a sign of respect for everyone impacted by the tragedy. The sneaker was originally set to be released in December. A rescheduled date has not yet been announced.
For the first time, Apple says it will allow customers to repair their own products, as Apple and other tech companies face increasing pressure from regulators and consumers around the world to ease repair restrictions. It's been called the Right to Repair movement. Apple announced today that its new program will sell parts to consumers and post online manuals to help fix problems. The self-service repair is expected to launch early next year. And moving over to weather, Adam, what is it looking like out there?
Those warm temperatures today are starting to begin to decrease. Coming up after the break, my full forecast and what you can expect to see next.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid
knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
And banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort.
to get to know each other,
On a deeper level. Father.
cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Look at Schumann Stadium, where our very own Philip Schwarze is.
Yeah, and he'll be giving us an update on the game later tonight. And as you can see, it is raining out there. So, Adam, how long is that going to continue?
Well, expect the rain to continue throughout the evening tonight, but expect to see heavier rain pick up over the next couple hours. Now, we've been on this crazy weather roller coaster the past couple of days with temperatures up and down, winter, spring, and fall all within the past 4 days. Expect to see that pattern continue over the next couple of days. Currently, it is 56 degrees here in Muncie, 50 up into Fort Wayne, 50 down to Indianapolis, and 59 down into Bloomington. And you can see that a cold front is starting to approach through the area. But we actually had a warm front move through this morning, bringing us some warmer temperatures. We have a temperature change of 9 degrees from yesterday here in Muncie, 8 up into Fort Wayne, and 11 down into Shelbyville. These are temperatures that today are 10 plus degrees warmer than where we sat yesterday, thanks to that warm front. And speaking of that cold front moving through, we're starting to see that heavy precipitation begin to move into the area. We had a line of heavier precipitation move through right before halftime at the football game, but this next line right behind it, right along the front, expect to see that begin to push through over the next couple hours. So let me break down the timing of that for you. Currently, light precipitation across the area after initial band of heavy precipitation, but then by 10 p.m., expect to see most of that heavy rain throughout much of central Indiana, as well as along 69 up to Fort Wayne, down through Muncie, and down into Indianapolis. All of that rain will be out of the area by early tomorrow morning, leading to partly cloudy skies for your day on tomorrow, Thursday. Now, taking a look at tonight, 38 degrees is our low. Rain showers throughout the evening. However, we are still seeing some wind gusts, so if you decided to get an early start to your Christmas decorations, like if you have a blow-up, might not be a bad idea to tie that down, as well as bringing any lawn chairs that are sitting out or trash or recycling bins sitting down by the road, because they could possibly blow over and cause hazards for drivers. Tomorrow, getting up to 44 degrees, but the return of sunshine, those winds are still in the picture. So not a good day to wear a ball cap tomorrow. Might want to break out that winter hat, because even though temperatures are in the mid 40s, it still will feel pretty cold thanks to those winds. So might not be a bad idea to break out those winter hats, keep your head warmer, and keep your hair from blowing around. Taking a look at these temperature trends over the next couple of days, let me step off to show you that. We're seeing temperatures decrease over the next couple of days, down to 40 degrees on Friday, but then right back up on that roller coaster ride. We're starting to see temperatures getting up to 57 on Saturday, 47 on Saturday, 50 on Sunday, but then right back down to begin your week next week. Taking a look at your mid 7-day forecast, we're starting to see temperatures decrease to end the week, as well as the increase of sunshine, but then clouds coming back into the area for your weekend, bringing warmer temperatures on Saturday and Sunday. However, on Sunday, we are seeing the return of precipitation, so expect to see rain for most of the day on Sunday. However, since temperatures are beginning to drop a little bit, don't be surprised if you see some mixed precipitations, specifically Sunday evening into Monday morning. Expect to see temperatures continue to decrease on Monday with some clouds. On Tuesday, expect to see some sunshine with colder temperatures down into the 30s, and on Wednesday, expect to see cloudy conditions with a high of 42. So Hope you guys like roller coasters and driving through construction, because these temperatures are going to be up and down, and these hints that we've been seeing in winter so far are just going to be constant start and stop.
I'm just hoping we're going to have a good Thanksgiving and some sunshine getting into next week, but we'll see about that.
Can only hope.
Yeah, I'm definitely not ready for it to be winter quite yet. So seeing those lower temperatures, not great for me. But thank you, Adam. Right now we're going to take a live look at Schumann Stadium with Philip Chorzay.
And I'm here live at Schumann Stadium. We'll have more on the game here in sports after the break.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Brittany Slack with sports. Ball State and Central Michigan facing off right now. Joining us live from Schumann Stadium is Philip Chorzay with an update on the game.
Thanks so much, Brittany. We are live here at Schumann Stadium, where we'll say the weather has been less than ideal, but it hasn't really stopped the offenses, as it has been a barn burner. Central Michigan currently leads 34-17. As the rain has been pouring down, the running game has really started to get going. And for the Cardinals, this season, as Drew Plitt has gone, so have the Cardinals, and that's been the case again today. Plitt has been very inconsistent. Big run early on in the game, but then followed up immediately with an interception. Consistency hasn't really been there for the offense outside of the one bright spot, Carson Steele. Carson Steele averaging over 5 yards a carry right now. He also scored the initial touchdown for Ball State. And as the rain continues to come down, the Ball State team is really starting to lean on that run game for their offense. There is also, weather is playing a massive factor in this game. There's been a muffed punt already because of the rain, and teams are really being conscious about how much they're putting it in the air and how much they're putting it in their receivers' hands. As we move into the latter half of this game, there's going to be 2 really big keys. One is which team is going to manage the weather the best. Obviously, with this rain, it's going to be a run-oriented game. Who can hold on to that football? It's getting really slippery out here, so who can hold on to that football, avoid turnovers? The second is the Ball State defense. They really need to clamp down. Right at the end of half, Jalen Thomas managed to pick off Richardson from Central Michigan to prevent more points from coming onto the board. But other than that, it really hasn't been there for the Ball State defense, as they have been getting run roughshod over. So, again, really got to make sure that we're running the ball effectively. Carson Steele's already well on his way on that note. And defense has got to clamp down. Thanks so much. Back to you, Brittany.
Out there, as it's getting colder outside, basketball season is approaching. Moving things along, just down the road from Schumann Stadium with boys high school basketball season just around the corner. Muncie Burris boys basketball is in full swing, preparing for their first non-conference match of the upcoming winter season. Burris spending some of the time as the off-season winds down, facing other teams around the area in exhibition games to have the team ready to go this year. Now the Owls opening their season on the road as they take on the Muncie Central Bearcats on Saturday, November 27th in the Owls and the Bearcats last meeting. The Burris Owls won a score 63-61. Last season, the Owls finishing the year with an overall 9-11 record and 2-2 in the league. Coach Anderson and the Owls excited for a fresh start and hoping to improve on that mark this season.
We have to take it one game at a time. You know, as I've told the kids coming into this season, they're not a secret anymore. So, you know, just even the fact that they won 9 games, they won some big games last year against opponents that they weren't supposed to win.
Moving things over all the way to Los Angeles, home of Staples Center. The longtime home of the Lakers, Clippers, Sparks, and Kings will be called a new name starting Christmas. For the price of $700 million, cryptocurrency platform Crypto.com purchasing the naming rights to the famous venue, which will now be called Crypto.com Arena. The new purchase is believed to have the largest naming rights deal in history.
Wow, that is just something else, Brittany. I know that I don't know too much about any of that, but I'm hoping we win tonight. That's
all right,
what I'm
thank you, Brittany. We're going to take a look at our anchor picks after the break.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let
Thank you.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now?
Right now. You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. With the holiday season approaching, Christmas movies are starting to air, and former child star is making her debut in the Netflix holiday scene. Lindsay Lohan is set to star in the new holiday romantic comedy. It is set for next year.
And speaking of Christmas, it's going to get cold out there. Adam, what's it looking like outside?
Yeah, we're already starting to see temperatures decrease, so expect to see temperatures decrease as we end the week before increasing for your weekend, and then once again decreasing before we see the increase of temperatures for midweek next week.
Thank you, Adam. That's all for tonight on NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.